It started when my son in, I think, 2004 who was going to QO, decided to go out for the team. And because I've always been such a lover of the game of football, I knew that I'd be that dad that goes to every single game and is super loud and opinionated and embarrassing to many people around him. And it was great. It was great. But during that time, he played 2004 through 2006. I fell in love with everything about the atmosphere of going to Quince Orchard to the Cougar Dome on Friday nights. It's an unbeatable atmosphere, and I love it. And so Jeff graduated in 07, and my daughter Jenna was still at QO through the 09 season. Obviously, she wasn't a player, but I had at least had kind of a reasonable excuse to go to games because Jenna was going there, so I can give her a ride there. But here we are, it's 2022 and I'm still going, and yeah, I've become that guy. I'm still going to those games. I still love it just as much as I ever did.
Now, do you have any kind of streak? I mean, have you missed any games between 2004 and now?
Yeah, sure. I'll miss a game or two each season because life gets in the way, but I go to most of them. And not just home games, the away games as well.
What is it about the atmosphere? I mean, obviously it's Friday night lights and it's more than just football, but what to you is it about the atmosphere that draws you?
Oh man, it's the sense of community in the stadium, in those stands. It's the aroma of the grill. It's the band. It's the student section that call themselves the Red Army. It's the dramatic field entrance QO does to Metallica's Enter Sandman. It's and of course it's like the quality of football. It's all of the above, and it's just amazing. It just for me, some people have like transcendental meditation to get their week straight, sort of reset. For me, it's QO football. That's my sort of transcendental time, and I love it.
You mentioned the success, and oh my goodness, last year 14-0 state title. This year 7-0 so far. I believe Quince Orchard has outscored their opponents. You can correct me if this is wrong. Something like 257-15 or something outrageous. How do you explain their outrageous success over the last few years, but definitely the last couple of years?
Well, I mean, first off, it goes back even further than that because they were good when my son was playing way back when. They made their first, in what I call the modern era, which is the era I've been going to the games. They made their first state title game in 07, the year after my son, unfortunately. And I think between 07 and 2022, they've been, over the last 15 years, I think they've been in the state final game 7 times. So it's a tremendous program. They're always in it. How did it happen? I think it's a combination of, we got some great athletes in this area, in the school area. We also have a tremendous a program in general. Our coaches start working with kids at middle school, and they groom them for their opportunities at Quince Orchard. And at a certain point, you start to see parents who have kids that show promise in the sport try to move into the area so that they'll go to QO. That didn't start happening until more recently, but you start to see it now, and now it's like it's an embarrassment of riches on the Quince Orchard team. It's a really, really talented team, and as you said, like this year, they went their first 5 games giving up no score at all, and then they've given up a touchdown in each of the last 2 games. But I think if they really tried, it could still be all shout-outs if they were really going for that. I'm glad they didn't, actually.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I know there was a game in Virginia where a team scored something like 112 points, and you hate to see that. So sometimes calling off the dogs is the right thing to do. So even though the goal is to win, and I guess to win by as much as possible, but there is a point where you want to be classy, right?
There is, and I give a lot of credit to Coach John Kelly and to his staff. They have, as I said, they've built this program, but it's a very disciplined program. The kids who are out there playing are very focused on the work at hand, and they tend to be really good students as well. I really feel like good things are happening at Quince Orchard, not just on the football field, but for the whole person, for the experience of these kids.
Would anything less than a state championship be a disappointment? Sounds kind of like yes.
Yeah. Although again, they're high school kids. I don't want to put that kind of pressure, like it'd be a disappointment if they win the regional but not the state. Obviously, I want to see them win the state every year, and they did last year. It was a spectacular year, and they have the talent to do it this year. But I want to. They're kids, so I want to keep a perspective about this.
Well said. Now, when you're in the stands, and I don't know if you did this because you like it, because you're good at it, or if you wanted to not be that guy in the stands that you were describing yourself that was yelling stuff. So you are a videographer. You shoot the games, you shoot highlights, and you post them on Twitter. And as we've talked in the past, as someone who's worked in television for many years myself, you're really good. And so how did that start? And are you thinking about a career in videography?
You're really nice to say all that. So I do enjoy that. I play amateur journalist in the stands at the QO games. It sort of harkens back to my bachelor's degree, which was in broadcast journalism. I always kind of wanted to get into sports journalism as a kid, and life didn't go that direction for me. But I still have it in me a bit, and it gives me a lot of pleasure to capture a highlight the right way, what I feel the right way, and post it. And it gives the kids a chance to retweet it and show it off to their friends and to recruiters. So I feel like it's serving a small morale building purpose, and I just like doing it.
Well, as I said, I'm not just saying this, but you're very good. You know how to frame the video, how to follow. And I enjoy, I follow when I can't go to the games. I follow you on Twitter for not only the score updates, but the highlights. And so you are definitely providing a service for the fans that can't go to the games.
So I take it you're offering me a job at MCM, like right here in front of everybody.
Yes, I am. And your answer is?
And what?
And your answer is, yes, I am. And so your answer is?
Oh, sure. I mean, let's discuss the terms here, but sure.
We'll discuss the terms off camera, and then maybe we can have something in place by Friday's game. By this Friday's game.
It's a big game. Big game coming up.
Will you be there Friday?
Yes, I will be there. It's I think, an amazing rivalry between QO and Northwest, and obviously. My allegiance, I just wear it on my sleeve. My kids went to QO. My tradition's going to QO games. I love the area high school, all of them. When QO is not in the championship, I want to see Northwest win it. I want to see, Gaithersburg field's a good team. I want to see them win it. But it's a tremendous rivalry, and it has been for as long as I've been going, and probably longer. And it'll be great on Friday, no doubt.